me a little bit, and then I want to. One of the things, Seth, that they don't do here, which I'm trying to teach, and missionaries, we can share that. In America, when Sabbath ends, we close the Sabbath, as it's called, and when
Yes, we close the Sabbath.
Sabbath starts, we open the Sabbath. We start the Sabbath. Okay.
Yes.
So now the sun has gone down, and so we're going to say a prayer, and I want to read something really quick,
Yes.
and then I'm going to do a little thing here. Yes.
Other one. Hindi off. The other one.
Oh, this one? Oh, turn it around this way.
Finish.
Sorry, I'm in. Yes,
Well.
okay. And then we have this young lady from New Zealand. She's
From New
lived there 8
Zealand.
years, and
Yeah, she's from
visiting,
New
and
Zealand.
she's a singer. So I'll sing a song with her. So we're gonna pray, read something, sing a song, and maybe someone else, one of you guys can pray. Okay, so let me say a prayer.
I want to pray.
Okay, so you can
I'll
pray.
pray.
Both
Okay.
of you can pray at the end. That'll be great.
I want to pray first.
Okay.
Okay,
Alright.
so I'm going to pray now, then I'm going to read something, then we're going to sing a song, and then both of you two can both pray for closing, okay? Is that something? Okay, not yet. I'm going to pray first. Father in heaven, Lord Jesus, we come to you right now on this. It's a beautiful Sabbath day, and I would have liked to have been with my wife, or that she was with me. But Lord, there's little mission projects all over this country, all over the world, and we just thank you for allowing for me to be able to be where I was today, and for Seth and his family as you're leading them. Help us now as we read this, that you would give us something, even just a thought, or give someone here an idea that would really help them in their life, in their relationship with you. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, I'm going to read something here. I was going to read something that I...
Lily, sit over here.
Come over here. Thank you. All right. Talking about steps to Christ here earlier, that you were passing out steps to Christ. I shared this passage with my sermon today because as we, as you start to understand, and as young people start to understand, okay, well, this is what we need to do. I'm going to read something here. Something interesting happens. They start to get discouraged because they start to see how faulty they are. And Steps of Christ says, the closer you come to Christ, the more faulty you will appear in your own eyes, for your vision will be clearer, and your imperfections will be seen in broad and distinct contrast to his perfect nature. I see that with my son and with other people as they seek God, and I see such improvements. I see such leaps and bounds in some people's lives, and how they are on the right track and following God's leading. It's okay, but they seem to feel discouraged, and I tell them, this is it. This is part of the experience that we're going to go through as we become like Christ. We're going to see our faults. When a person is, quotes on it, a Seventh-day Adventist, and they're teaching and they're preaching, and they have this attitude, look at me, I'd like to be the speaker, and then there's arguments over who's going to be the speaker and who's not going to be the speaker, and they start commenting and thinking and talking about how good they are. There's a problem, because if you're truly in line and going in the direction of Christ, we're not going to think that. We're going to start seeing how faulty we are and how much we need Christ, right? You understand that? So don't get discouraged when you start to see, I'm hopeless, I'm just absolutely, no. That you're going to start seeing your faults the more you're like Christ, okay? So I'm going to share something here in Christ Object Lessons. Ellen G. White wrote this, and that'll be it. Just a few minutes here. It's just half of this page, and the next little bit. People ask, what are we supposed to be doing? Really, what is it? Are we supposed to be joining the church? We're Seventh-day Adventists, or what are we supposed to be doing? This says it. We're supposed to be holy. We're supposed to be surrendered to Christ. But how do you do that? And what's it all about? True holiness is wholeness in the service of God. This is the condition of true Christian living. Christ asks for an unreserved consecration for undivided service. He demands the heart, the mind, and the soul, and the strength. Self is not to be cherished. He who lives for himself is not a Christian. You could say not a Seventh-day Adventist, but not even a Christian. They're not a Christ follower. Love must be the principle of action. Love is the underlying principle of God's government in heaven and earth.
He has to be the whole thing.
And it must be the foundation of the Christian's character. This only can keep and make him steadfast. This only and alone can enable him to withstand trial and temptation. And love will be revealed in what? Sacrifice. The plan of redemption was laid out in sacrifice. A sacrifice so broad and deep and high that it is immeasurable. Christ gave all for us, and those who receive Christ will be ready to sacrifice all for the sake of their Redeemer. Going to Palawan, going to a country that's not our own, sacrificing. The thought of his honor and glory will come before anything else. If we love Jesus, we will love to live for him, to present our thank offering to him. It could be our time. To labor for him. The very labor will be light. For his sake we shall covet, which means we will want pain and hard work, it says toil, and sacrifice. We shall sympathize with Jesus' longing for the salvation of men. We will feel the same tender craving for souls that Jesus has felt. This is the religion of Christ. Anything short of it is a deception. So when people ask me, well, what church do you belong to, what's your religion and stuff, we were in the taxi and the taxi was asking some of that, and I was trying to drag it out a bit. I would tell them eventually, but sometimes if you tell them immediately, the door just slams shut and they're just immediately opinionated. Oh, I know that, because we all know what the LDS and the Mormon, and to them the Seventh-day Adventist is kind of in that category almost, and there's the Baptists and the Christians and Catholics and stuff like that. So I tried to explain to them, we are Bible followers that want to have a relationship with Jesus and understand his calling for our life. Okay? Is everything going? The camera going over here? Are you doing a good job?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to sing a song, and then you two are going to pray. What song would you like to sing?
Well,
Are you okay singing a song? Okay. This lady, I really enjoyed singing with her. I heard her sing at the church once, and it was, when you're a musician and someone sings good, it's just pleasant to the ear, and it's just absolutely. Can you help her with the camera there and keep that flap down and stuff like that, and it's not let it wiggle around so much. Thank you very much. Okay, so what song would you like to do?
anything you like.
You know what? We could do More Than Wonderful. That's that when we tried that, didn't we? Yeah. Okay. You can stop that and start it again for this song.
Okay.